Okay, so this super short video is for another Cineversity one-on-one user. We went over uh, modeling a gas grill, um, and we spent about an hour on it. But there's this one part that was forgotten, and so he was asking me, how did I do that again? And it's just this curved shelf over here. So I am going to do that with this front panel. Here is an image that he sent me, and so here's the front panel. There's three sections. I'm just going to focus primarily on the extension on the side and the that gentle curve there. So what do I do? All right, so I'm going to start out by selecting this polygon, and I'm going to split it off into a new polygon object, and it's going to be a starting point. Now this polygon is right here, so this will be front panel, can I spell today? Panel 2. Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna just do a little extrude, so I'll just right click and do extrude and pull that out to about, well, we'll go flush, we'll go all the way to the end. And then I gotta make some vertical cuts here to get some extra geometry to deform. So what I was telling him was that what I am not going to do is go to the knife tool and go to loop or plane mode and then start adding cuts in by hand, because I just want evenly distributed cuts. So how do I do that? Well, I'm going to do that in edge mode. So basically I want to select all of these edges going around, and that's called a ring selection in Cinema 4D. So I'm going to go to the select menu, go ring selection, and then here we go. Let's select that. Spacebar goes back to the selection tool, so I'm no longer in ring select. And cool, I got all of those in there. And now I'm just going to right click and go to edge cut. And if create n-gons is on, then turn it off. But then in my, yeah, let's turn that off. In my view, I'm just going to click and drag, and I'm holding the mouse button as I drag. And the more I drag, the more cuts I get, and they are all evenly spaced and distributed, which is awesome. But I can also use the modifier keys Shift to scale them in or out. And I'm still holding the mouse button. I have not released, but I'm releasing Shift and now pressing Control and holding that, and you can see that's allowing me to offset all those cuts. So we'll go about there, and then I release everything, and I am locked in, good to go. So now how do I get that gentle curve? Alright, so what I was showing him was soft selection. So I'm going to select an edge, and we can do this with polygons or points, but I'm going to do it with an edge. And let's see, let's go with this one edge. I'm doing an edge because it consists of 2 points, so I'm going to be basically moving those at the same time. But I'm going to go to my Move tool and enable in the Attributes Manager soft selection. Alright, now this edge is, let's see, about 11 centimeters wide or long or whatever, but the entire object is how wide? It's about 156. So that's just sort of like a frame of reference for the soft selection. So if this radius for the soft selection is over 156, then the soft selection is going to be affecting everything. So when I drag this down, it's moving way too much of the geometry. So I'm going to go down to, let's try 50. And my fall off mode is dome. And let's see, this is the default 50%. And I'm just going to click and drag and move that down. And look at that, there we go, there's that soft curve. It is affecting those top points a little bit. Those are hidden, so it's not a big deal. But let's say I don't like that. Let's undo that and just lower the radius. So let's try 45. Still a little bit much. 40. Now it's not affecting those top points at all. Yay! So I'll go about there, and then back to my selection tool, and I'm going to select this point here and move it up. Yay! Perfect. Alright, so another thing is there's this centermost rounded bottom edge. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to go to the front panel, and again I'm going to go ring selection, but this time I'm going to hit U on my keyboard, and then ring selection is B, so then B on my keyboard, and I'm in edge mode. Click, select those, hit spacebar, go back to live selection tool. Don't mind the dog. Someone must be walking by. But yep, right click, edge mode, or excuse me, edge cut, and I'm going to reset these values, turn off create n-gons, and then in my view click and drag, and that's good, 16. I'm not being picky about that. And then I'll just go in and I'm going to select the middlemost edge. Now this is going to be tricky because it's so wide, so let's see how well this is going to work out. Alright, so I just paused and I did a little test and thought about it, and I am going to increase the radius of the soft selection so it gets just over halfway through this half. Just that bottom edge is selected, and I'm going to go ahead and move that down, and we can see that it is affecting those top points. So how do we fix that? I am going to use a set point value. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select all of these points up here on the top. Let's just click and drag. Alright, now soft selection is on, so I am going to turn that off. Normal mode for my selection tool. And let's see, the Y position of this one point, which has not been affected, its Y position is here. I'm going to copy that value and then go back and select all of these other points. And then I'm just going to right click and find set point value, and I'm just affecting the Y of all these points separately. So I'm going to set the Y value for all these points to that number that I copied. I just pasted it, and I'm going to hit apply, and boom, they're all up there. And that is it. One last thing is the front panel does come out a little bit, so I'm going to select both of these here, both of those front panel objects, and that bottom edge of polygons. I'm just going to drag those out a little bit. And that is it. Any questions, shoot me an email. Have fun. All the tools and commands I used are in Prime Cinema 4D, so you don't need any other package. But yeah, thanks for watching.